And welcome back, friends. This is Trooper Barry again. We're continuing our run through demos I collected during Steam Next Fest, and now we're looking at Nighthawks. Nighthawks is by the Curiosity Engine, and then published by, I think, Wajidai Games. It is, as you might be able to, guess from the motif, the ambiance. It is a kind of a vampire RPG visual novel. It's definitely been a year for vampire games. We had Cabernet come out earlier in the year, had a lot of fun with that. There was some other big vampire game, allegedly, that's an RPG. We don't need to talk about that one. But yeah, I'll say the look definitely grabbed me, so I wanted to jump in and see. So I guess we get one night in this one. So let's see what Nighthawks has to offer. I think Vampire Therapist was last year. 6 months ago, you died. Aw, spoilers. Yeah, I think the Vampire Therapist was last year, and then the DLC was earlier this year. The story of your life is yours to celebrate, mourn, or forget. This is the story of your death. Are you playing Project Zomboid all of a sudden? Oh, here we go. What is your name? This may not have been your name in life, but it is the name you now wear. All else is your business, casting as much or as little light on your path as you choose. We have Nightbank, broke. Oh, we have examples of names. Let's see what random options we have. Victoria Winters, Leo Cummings, Jackson Spencer, Jackson Shields, Gabriel Burns. No, none of the above. Let's see, I just came back from Ireland, so we will be Krongle. It'll be Krongle Low Corpsey. This is who I am. Who I am is broke. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. Everything began with a stranger. They took you into their life and then took yours. Their blood now runs through your veins and you carry their memory in your flesh. But who were they? Okay, so, I think so. We're probably choosing I think both our sire and presumably our class. Let's see. The warrior, an iron soul forged into a blade by centuries of strife. Their training would have killed you had such mercy been more than a memory. But you emerged stronger than you ever thought possible. You can wield any weapon like an expert. We have the hedonist. Passion and torture, love and depravity. They delighted in testing your every limit and teasing your conscience past them, until nothing remained but a hunger for ever greater excess. You are immune to the effects of tainted blood, which will otherwise greatly limit you until it wears off. We have the scholar. The wisdom of centuries, stalking through a labyrinth of dusty tomes. You learn much under their rarely patient tutelage, in padded safety that was at best a prison, at worst a cage. You develop new skills at a greatly increased rate. Ooh. We have the aristocrat. A wolf amongst sheep. The privilege of wealth and power sharpened to their finest point. For a while, you wanted for nothing. Then, just as quickly, your novelty faded and left behind nothing but obligation. You develop suspicion at a greatly reduced rate. Or we have the shadow. A drifter. A rumor. They move from town to town, fading like a bad memory. Why did they choose to bring you along? That was their secret to know, just as yours is why you parted ways. So your hunting skills are unmatched amongst your peers. Okay, so we can hunt, we can blend in, we can fight, we can party, or we can study. You know what? I know who I am. I'm the nerd. Oh, here we go. Your new lineage is one of pain and potential stretching back centuries. From the darkest legends of every corner of the world where people have had cause to fear the night. What is its story? Okay, so not only are we a vampire, we can choose what variety of like which culture's vampire myth. Ooh, I like that taste. I see Mandarin. Magic flows in your veins. Supposedly the legacy of Jiangxi sorcery from ancient China, although some object to that interpretation. Legend speaks of a great sacrifice that all who share it must one day make. See, your natural talent allows you to use your gift more regularly. What's a gift? Yeah, Goofy. Which flavor of bloodsucker? We have the Continental. From the eternal dynasties of Europe to the solitary loners of quiet peasant hamlets, continental vampires are known for their ability to move through human society with both ease and arrogance. You are an expert at seduction and manipulation. We have the Imperial. Hailing from the alchemical heritage of Britain, the original Imperials whispered in the ears of nobility and traveled throughout the Empire on their black ships, leaving tragedy in their wake. You gain wealth and prestige at a greatly increased rate. We have Old Country. An echo of tragedy. I guess so this would be like, so continental, like Western Europe, Old Country, presumably Eastern Europe. An echo of tragedy from the depths of dark forests and forbidding swamps. The victim of long-dead horrors still carry the blood of their murderers, condemned to pass into each new generation. So there are a few you cannot intimidate with your presence. Or New World. Children of the night who see their past in modern fables and Hollywood lore. Particularly prevalent in the United States, they combine ancient power with modern technology better than most. You gain more benefit from your companion skills. Okay, so we have gifts and we have companions. So, use your gift more regularly, seduce and manipulate, gain wealth and power, intimidate, or gain more benefit from your companion's skills. I don't know, we'll try that one. Ooh. Everybody knows that vampiric powers are a myth. Propaganda. Fantasy. Everybody is wrong, as you learn shortly after your awakening. But what new power waited on the edge of possibility? Let's see. So, mesmerism. You wield the puppet strings of hypnosis and domination. Weaker minds are yours to command. To a point. The effect soon wears off, and they balk at actions too contrary to their nature. So, kind of mind control, but not really. And you can't mesmerize other vampires. So only the blood bags. They got corpse talking. Dead men tell no tales? Depends on how you ask. Echoes of life linger around corpses and the scenes of trauma. You know their language and can call upon them for their secrets. This enables you to witness echoes of trauma and the recently deceased. Oh yeah, there's what's that D&D ability? Speak to the dead. Kind of like that. Be back in a bit. No worries, Oliver. We have the beast within. Something claws at your soul, begging to be let off the leash. When freed, you feel your bones cracking, sharpening, reshaping, taking you to primal perfection and beyond. You have a chance to automatically turn the tide of losing battles. but only a chance. We got natural dominion. Rats, cockroaches, spiders, flies, the denizens of the night flock to your call and obey your orders. Cats, of course, keep their distance. They keep their own counsel and will not be swayed by a mere vampire. I'll also allow you to see through your minion's eyes. Ooh. Or we have Tenebraean form. Shadows are your cloak. You can shift into darkness at will to evade your enemies or transcend the limits of physical flesh. It is a power few have even heard of, let alone mastered. I don't know, that one kind of appeals to me. Yeah, being able to just, peace out into the shadows. Or transcend the limits of physical flesh. That's just vague enough to be really interesting. We'll try it. Ooh, life and death taught you many things, but what is your primary sphere of knowledge? So culture, you are versed in all of the arts, from painted masterpieces to classic opera. Perhaps you've even been known to create your own works and earn a measure of acclaim. We have technology. From scientific discoveries to fixing computers, there's little in the modern world you cannot master. Or at least, turn off and on again until it works. Nah, IT humor. We have academia. You always excelled in scholarly pursuits, including history, geography, and world languages. Somewhere, your achievements hang up on a wall as a testimony to all that your teachers had to impart. We have the street. You've learned the language of the gutter and the lessons of experience. You hear the unspoken words of the street and know all the steps of its complex dance. Or the occult. What others consider forbidden arts, you think of as light reading. You may or may not have picked up much of the practical, but your mind is a codex of stolen secrets. Okay, so we are a New World nerd who likes to hang out in the shadows. If we're staying on theme, I would say either tech or academia. If we're gonna lean into the nerd archetype, let's go academia. Okay, yeah, here we go. So we had sire, origin, gift, and knowledge. Yeah, you know what? I like it. So, Krongolo Corpsey, this is who I am in the dark. Then let us begin. Prologue, A Second Life. Not to be confused with the online game. The streets of Cradlebridge. Okay. We got our name. We got our phone here. Whoever or whatever this is very talkative. Oh, here we go. Okay, so this is our blood. Fighting using gifts. Okay, so this is our blood level. Okay, so the green is our HP. I'm taking notes from our little gargoyle friend there. Face suspicion makes it harder to bullshit and maybe other problems. Get arrested with too much, and your time in the city is done. Okay, so we do not want this to fill up. Not sure what those are. Okay, here we go. So the gem, every time burns blood, and these gems show you how many more times you can use it. Okay, so these are uses of our gift, and each use burns blood, and our hunger. Yeah, so we burn blood, our hunger goes up, and so yeah, this is our. Oh, so broke is describing us. Yeah. Oh, this is our prestige, 1 to 5 stars. Help folks and make a name for yourself, and maybe it'll get you some favors in return. There we go. Oh, night book. Nah. Welcome back, Krongol Corpsey. Monday, September 1st. 6 months ago, you died and were reborn. For reasons that remain your own, you left your sire in search of a new future in the one city where humans and vampires are trying to forge a new future together. This is Cradlebrook. Or excuse me, Cradlebridge. Congratulations, you found your way to our beautiful city where vampires and humans are forging a new union under both sun and stars. Or rain clouds, apparently. Remember, your amnesty is contingent upon adherence to the New Century Code and revocable. New converts find warm welcome and free blood at the Salvation Center in Cradlebridge, Old Town. Your new life begins tonight. Okay, so we have obligations. I guess then there'll be like main quest. You're promised to start that in this city even vampires get a fresh start. This has so far not been the case. You have a month left to seize the night before you find yourself cast out onto the unfriendly streets. In the trial of Elijah Morrow, before he vanished, your sire's vassal Elijah Morrow took something from you. Your only link to who you used to be. In memories, okay, memory of pain, memory of darkness, something slipped from your grasp. This is the story of how you died. The rest is yours to write as you choose. Contacts. Okay. We can save. Oh, here we go. So we got skills. Brawler. Your brawler goes on how you fight and how intimidating and dominating you are. We got Grifter. So persuasion and seduction. At least we're not at level 0. We got level 2 detective. Finding threats of deception and rivaling the lies that others live by. Mechanic, tier 1. You require mechanic skills to equip firearms. Oh. And as well, and being able to fix stuff. And then thief. Sure. Advanced skills, domination, based on brawler, intimidation, based on brawler, seduction, based on grifter. Okay. So we have no melee shop. We have charity shop rags. Yeah, we got a whole lot of nothing. Consensualist, friendly neighborhood vampire. Oh, you have never drunk blood from another without permission. At least until your arrival in the city. So if you will lose this if it changes. Okay, so if we leave that if we drink from someone without their consent. Okay. Last known address. Another night, the same thirst. Rain pours down onto the naked city as cold and oppressive as ever. The night is no longer quiet and never still. Not since the veil fell, when the world learned that there were monsters living amongst them. Monsters like you, no longer protected by the shadows. Okay, so knock on Elijah Morrow's apartment door. Okay, yeah, that's the guy telling us hover over something if you don't know what it is. No answer, not a surprise. While you hardly share your sire's anger towards Morrow for vanishing into the night, he has reason to be afraid. Traders who lack the sense to look over their shoulder only have themselves to blame. Okay, so we are a nothing brawl. Oh, so okay, your brawler skills are capable of this. Your thief skills are capable of this. Well, but we're better at thieving than we are at brawling, so let's try that. The door easily gives way. Beyond the doorway, the apartment is empty. The fact that you can cross the threshold without an invitation is proof that nobody currently calls it home. Ah, so vampire rules do apply. Moro's apartment is a temple to filth and decay. The foul smell of standing water hangs in the air, seeping out from a small bedroom towards the tiny bed and its bare mattress. Every mirror is broken, as is most of the furniture. You close the door behind you, not bothering with a primitive lock. This is the last lead you have to Moro's location and the reason for your pursuit. A watch you secondhand no longer ticks, a gold ring tarnished but important, a locket with a broken clasp. Okay, so the locket, it wasn't worth much, but it was yours. Why you took it, you don't know. An accident, a moment of cruelty, the order of your sire, looking to remove any troublesome ties? That's something he can answer when you find him. It didn't end, it is however not here. The only real hope is that Moro left in a hurry, and didn't cover his tracks as well as he might have done. There's only one way to know for sure. Okay, we'll search the desk. Small and cramped, the trailer wobbles. On a barely started letter reads simply, "Cynthia, please," and then trails off. The garbage bin is full of equally aborted drafts. We got a locked top drawer, an unlocked middle drawer. Check the bottom drawer. The handle is splintered and covered with gum. Let's go straight for the top drawer. Let's look for a key. Okay, middle drawer, empty except for a few bits of paper and a small spider. Bottom drawer, nothing except for some wax and your sire's seal. The market, though, told them to know that Moro was authorized to speak on their behalf. Someone antiquated signed a conflict, but not an uncommon one. Older vampires do tend to enjoy ceremony. Okay, let's keep poking around, but we're not going to forget. We'll check the bathroom. Okay, so we are not gifted with corpse talking, all right? But we can detect and examine the filthy bathtub. The yelling bath is cramped, heavily stained in reddish-brown blood. If the vampire knows anything by sight, it's blood. Well, the stain now has worked itself in deep. But I guess that's it. Anything in the toilet? He did not, nor did he flush before he departed. Let's not. And then the medicine cabinet is... Oh, see, manufacturer supplements. Under that is a small metal key, too small for a door. The key to Moro's desk, most likely. Okay, let's pop that open. Inside the drawer, you see the small leather-bound book, Moro's diary. It begins as usual copperplate handwriting, but by the end has devolved into barely coherent scrawling. So we'll go straight to the end. I'm free, finally free, but I still feel it inside me. I have to cut it out. Bleed it out. I won't go back. I won't lose myself again. Okay. Oh, and time is passing as we do this. Imagine if we stay out too late. We might catch a sunrise. We really don't want to do that. Okay. So nothing but a rat in the pizza box. Closed pockets. be empty, but we do grab a wallet. Empty except for a few nickels, an organ donor card, and a long-expired driving license. Okay, well, at least we have a photograph to show people now. And under the bed, nothing. Syringes, a spoon, a rubber tourniquet, and some needles. Okay, well. No, architecture involves someone waiting for which glue to dry? Well, it's making models, right? Models are important. Let's consider. This is definitely where Morrow ended up after shirking his mission in this miserable setting and severing all contact with the scholar. While here, he tried to bleed himself dry of his master's blood, their influence. Does that work? Vampiric vassals are typically too subordinate to their lords to even try. But the same is not true of their heirs. Ancient instincts prickle. You are not alone. Behind you, a breath of defiant fear. Defying not just your presence, but the ever-crawling urge to get away from it as quickly as possible. You turn, hand raised in readiness. An open palm can so easily become a claw.
What do you think you're doing in here? We're sick of you damn cold-bloods acting like you own the place. Dead is dead.
Okay, so we're about to get shot, except we can use blood to use our gift and shift into mist to avoid the blast. The shadows curl around you, and you are one with them. The old woman fires, but the shots pass straight through you, smashing the window behind. She drops the gun, backing away in terror. And the warmth of her blood calls out to you. Apparently, we're going to lose that whole consensualist thing. Okay. Well, we don't know that, Goofy. I mean, even if you can't die, a shotgun to the chest it's going to be rough. It'll ruin our night at the very least. Too many hungry nights, struggling with your thirst and a need to keep a low profile. But now, it's close enough that you can almost smell it, hear it, pumping and sounding in her chest. Hot, alive, pure. Every instinct whispers you to take it all, that nobody will ever know. Nobody will care. So 3 stars, I assume that means it's going to fill us up. Anything from our gargoyle friend? Nope. Okay. So are we gonna do what's expected of us, or are we gonna be the goody two shoes? All right. The thirst burns, but your self-control is stronger. You control yourself, squeezing your fist into a ball until the urge faints. The terrified woman stares at you wide-eyed, with no idea how close she just came to breathing her last. Hey, Tina, thanks so much for the work, clerk. Hope your Friday's going well. So, we can intimidate her, demand she get out of the way. Or, ask her politely to get the hell out of our way. Well, again, we're a big old nerd, so I don't think we're going to be that intimidating. So, madam, would you ever so kindly step out of my way? The old woman backs against the wall, mumbling a prayer under her breath as you walk past her. You stride back through the door before she has a chance to reconsider or shout for help. There's nothing more to be found here in any event. Morrow is long gone. Okay. So if only vampires are like to fear tonight, the night does not entirely belong to you. Not now. Two figures in leather watch from the depths of an alleyway. They see you walking alone. They see that even in the cold night, your breath leaves no clouds. You pass, trying to avoid contact. It has been many days since you fed properly. They recognize your weakness at distance. They produce something from their pockets. Okay, so this be one of the battles we've heard about. Yeah, we are not a fighter. So they put on their masks, cheap, featureless party masks sprayed white. Originally a sop to anonymity, now a symbol of defiance against vampires sharing the streets with the still living. Trouble. Yeah, we are not a brawler. Not in any way, shape, or form. We have no weapon. And we can't, we have no more uses of our gift. So do we run for it, or do we try to fight 1v2? I mean, we're definitely low on blood. At the same time, we are a vampire. What the heck? It's a demo. Or okay, do we leave it at the demo, or do we actually try to continue the role play? Okay, so we didn't run away, and prepare to defend yourself. This opponent will most likely destroy you. Oh. Okay, so they beat us up. With a few deep breaths, you bring the pain under control. The battle took more out of you than it should have. You need fresh blood, you need answers. Most of all, you need to get out of this city before it swallows you up. A few minutes of rest, then back to the sanctuary. Okay, so maybe if we had fed, we would have had the strength to fight back, or maybe if I'd actually chosen any combat traits. Okay, Act 1, the King of Cradlebridge. See, the Halcyon Hotel. The rusted metal of your bed creaks underneath. I would not feel good about sleeping underneath that. That's a lot of light coming through. Rusted metal is bed creaks under you. Is mattress dampened and crushed with ancient patches of blood, sweat, and semen. Nice. The last stinging memories of the day's bad dreams fade into the increasingly familiar drip, drip, drip of the waking nightmare, lit by a cheap, flickering bulb. So we came hoping for a fresh start and found only poverty, intolerance, and hunger. Religious spokespeople the Control of Public Symbols Act that prohibits the display of religious iconography deemed hazardous to revenants from being displayed outside centers of worship within city limits. Okay. So I guess that was so no crosses, Stars of David, or like crescent moons or whatever. Okay, everything eggs, everything is cold. I see you pull your fatigue. Okay, so check the mirror. Nothing. So here we're one of those no reflecting vampires. Okay, the cross-Topicanian Bible stings at your eyes. Okay, so yeah, so I guess religious. So that we are doing the religious iconography wards off vampires. Peer out the window. Not sure why, but okay, we fixed the fact back into position. Good. That's a lot of light coming through. The street below is quiet, but not the peaceful, relaxing kind. It's the quiet of a place where everyone minds their own business because they really don't want to get caught up in anyone else's. Wash your face. 8 years ago, the world changed forever. You came to the city in hope of finding a place where your new nature would be accepted. Instead, you find little but suspicion, fear, and poverty. But everything changes in time. Outcasts rise, and now you can call yourself immortal. Okay, a new act. Each time you'll have some big thing to do and a whole lot of options to explore by the end of the month. Don't worry, you've got plenty of time to get stuff done. Well, thanks, Gargoyle Buddy. Oh no, we have rent too? Oh boy. Okay, equip items from your wardrobe. Change into one of your outfits. Well, that's all I have. Plan for a hunt. We don't know the city well enough. Call it a night. I don't think we want to do that. Yeah, let's get out of here. Oh, hi. Definitely not Tim Curry. You open the door to see a well-dressed man striding down the corridor, squinting at the numbers on the doors. Turning to greet you, he beams with a fang smile and proclaims
such felicitous fortune. Master Maze, at your service. A humble seller of rare tomes and intriguing volumes. I had the honor of providing many a text to your sire over the years. I trust the master is doing well.
Oh, nice voice acting. But yeah, tell me this look was not inspired by Tim Curry. Anyway, yes, your sire's doing well. Your sire's dead, or your sire is an evil monster. Oh, okay, so you're meaning me, right? Okay. Let's not. Yeah, let's just try to play it cool. Yes, the sire's doing well.
Exemplary. Do pass on my best regards.
Say, I mean, you know the city well.
This glittering jewel, this ocean of possibility. I venture I know it as well as any, I suppose. Let me be your Virgil, your Aeneas, your Hermes.
Did they guide people through hell?
You are your sire's heir, true enough.
Okay, so why were you looking for me, not Tim Curry?
To offer my greetings, of course. A friendly face upon these most unwelcoming streets. I suspect you have not seen many since your arrival. Alas, these are turbulent times.
Say, you wouldn't know where a fellow could get a bite to eat, do you?
Yes, the accursed need for sustenance. Perhaps I might invite you to my humble abode for a little sanguineous repast.
I mean, you didn't have to put it in such purple prose, but I mean, it's not like we can say no.
Splendid. Then to Cygnus Rare Books. One tiny addendum. Simply follow my lead. First literally, and then, well, you will see.
Okay, so that's your companion. They help you out and just plain keep you company. You can swap them out back in your sanctuary. So, Maze. Oh, so they boosts our seduction, detection, grifting, and apparently combat. Okay, so you've met a new friend, or at least a potential traveling companion, willing to help you out should you wish it. Sure. So we'll head to the lobby. The house unit's final building past its prime. The paint is peeled and every surface sticky. Okay, what do you want? Oh, hello. Monica Vale, introductions. We haven't met. We probably won't. Try to keep it that way. My name is Monica Vale, but you can call me God if you like. It's my job to keep a lid on the ghastly little messes our kind is prone to making. So, a warning to get us on the same page here. Be boring, or be smart. Land on my shit list and we'll have trouble. Specifically, I will, and then you will, and then I will not. Kindly take this for the threat it is. Whips and kisses! She seems nice. Okay, well, let's go and chat to the clerk there. All right, so what can you tell me about the hotel there, my good man? It gives you an expression that suggests that all the words people have used to describe this particular slice of heaven, estimable is not one of them. The Halcyon Hotel has certainly had its golden age once, but these nights, the basic rule is not to complain about the cockroaches, because they've been polite enough not to complain about you. Okay, so we can. It's an even up roll to look at the resident list. Your thief skills are an even match for this. Okay, so I guess it must be a dice roll. So green says we're probably going to win, orange is a push, and red says don't even try. All right. You step from the damp warmth of the Halcyon into the streets of Cradle Bridge, where light is swallowed by the darkness and few dare venture without good cause. Old Town isn't far, and looks like the best place to begin your search for Morrow, but your thirst burns, and it will not be left unsatiated for long. All right. Maze clearly has plans for the night. Cygnus Rare Books, a cramped but comfortable bookstore on a largely untraveled street. The shelves are piled high with Leathertown tomes and first editions of books that seem to hold no particular commercial interest, even to collectors. Maze holds the door open. Oh, thank you. It's very kind of you.
Hazel, my dear, attend my sweet little minx. We have a guest attending tonight's meeting.
Okay, see, Goofy, I don't think it is. I think we've just been conditioned by all the other demos we've been playing. That like 30 to 40 minutes. I think that this is a more fleshed out one. Yeah, I think maybe it's just been my particular luck that I keep pulling up short demos. But like we played some long ones too. Like the Mars Horizon 2? That went for 3 hours. A nervous human girl appears in the back.
Master, you're finally back. Everyone's eagerly waiting for you down in the labyrinth.
Splendid, splendid. Follow me, my hungry new friend. Follow my lead and we will talk later.
Okay. Oh, Hazel. I hope nothing bad happens to you. Hey, Ruak, good to see you. And thank you for that. Thank you for the the 3. Are those? Oh, all right. Yeah. So Twitch is doing watch streams on everyone's channel now. Okay. Well, good to see you, Ruak. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, it's good to be back. All right, down into the basement. What could go wrong? The basement is a temple devoted to vampirism and more notably Maze himself. Wall scrolls with these scarlet ordinances. Serious decrees those who wish to navigate the labyrinth must obey.
Brothers, sisters, 1,000 apologies for my most shameful tardiness. Please join me in welcoming our new friend, a fresh arrival unto our city, and a traveler through the labyrinth.
Yeah, I think Twitch sent out some blast last week before, saying that yeah, every channel, I guess that does channel points has watch streaks now. And again, I love y'all. I'm always delighted for anyone who comes by. But friends, I don't care in the slightest about your watch streaks. I'm just happy you're here, and if you whenever you can be here, I'm happy to have you. But please don't feel obligated to come by on my account. Anyway, so do we greet or do we stay quiet? Well, I guess we'll greet them. Try to be friendly. The group chorus is a welcome. You glance around and see that they are all human and all very nervous. Maze raises a hand for silence.
I should explain, my friend. The Scarlet Labyrinth is the path of faith between mundanity and immortality. One mapped out for us in veins and arteries. Speaking of the blood, let us partake of the sacrament. Who amongst my chosen will have the honor?
Oh, did we hook up with a damn cult leader? Oh, man. Not Tim Curry. How could you do this to me?
We give of the flesh so that our blood may live eternal in the corridors of the labyrinth. Amen.
A silk-covered tray. Underneath the pottery bowl and a silver knife. At Maze's gesture, they press it to their scarred wrist. Careful to avoid the main veins and artery, blood drips into the bowl, thick and red and fresh from the source.
So do we accept this gift as a toll upon the road of ascension? Will you drink, my friend?
Is it still t-shirt weather in Barcelona? Yeah, I think that Ruek was asking you, Goofy. I don't know the weather in Barcelona. I would assume it's 16. Yeah, I mean, well, 16 sounds like t-shirt weather to me, but you know, what do I know? For the record, it's still in the 20s here. Okay. You know what? It would really be rude, and the blood was given consensually. You lift the bowl to your lips, aware that every lowered head is waiting on your verdict. The blood is hot, fresh, and satisfying. It doesn't simply quench your thirst, but something far deeper and emptier that constantly pulls at your soul. Maze has gained some respect for you. Oh yes, and we share, of course.
The blood is life. Amen. And now, I must leave you once again. I trust the Archons have prepared tonight's exercises and collected your tithes. Alas, for those of us who have already traversed the labyrinth, other duties call.
The crowd seems in complete awe of Maze. I can't imagine why, but okay.
The taste of blood fresh from a vein. How delightful to be able to share it for once. Sycophancy adds such a sweet aftertaste.
Yeah, so... do you have a cult in your basement? You have to tell me, it's like being a cop.
My Scarlet Labyrinth? A little gathering of my own invention. The lure of immortality is rather irresistible to certain minds. Mine's, fortunately, small enough to be guided.
16. Yeah. I mean, again, for me, 16 would be enough. But Goofy has her own setup. So you're a con artist then.
Such scurrilous accusation. No. It is merely a light of hope in these dark nights. Hope strategically dangled, perhaps, but hope nevertheless. I should return, before the silence offers too much time to consider the details.
Okay, so asking to continue with us, or... Yeah, you know what? I would hate to keep you from your devoted followers. Okay, so we can ring the bell and demand service. We can head downstairs, browse the shelves. I don't know why we don't have any money. Or maybe talk with Hazel. Watch it with fear in her eyes. Aw, Hazel, I'm not that bad. Am I that bad? Hazel has the face of someone hoping the ground will open up and swallow her. Her eyes are tired, and her smile barely hangs onto her face. Still, she does her best to straighten up as you approach, and look hopeful for the chance to assist you.
Hey, how can I help you?
Well, we don't want to speak with Maze. Like April, November to April. Yeah, that's kind of the tolerable seasons here too. It's like it didn't like we didn't get down below the 30s until like the last couple weeks. Yeah, how do you find books here?
I don't really know either. Master just puts them wherever, I think. I just start over there and usually find stuff after a while. Sorry. Okay. I guess that's okay.
Oh, hang on. Do I still have his stat buffs? I do not. Okay. Well, I was gonna say there's probably no seduction happening here then. Yeah, tell me about yourself, Hazel. What's going on?
I don't know what I can tell you, but okay. My name's actually Hannah. Master calls me Hazel because he likes my eyes. Or maybe he doesn't remember. Sorry, I'm just really tired. Master's blood keeps me awake and he always keeps me busy.
Oh, yeah, she does kind of look. Yeah, you got some bags going here. Hey, she could use a solid nap.
Master is always good to me. Really. Even when I mess up, he is so forgiving. He even lets me sleep in his room so that I'm there if he needs anything during the day. That's when I have time to sleep, which... well, he smiles in his sleep. I like it when Master smiles.
Okay, I'm having some concerns about Hazel.
It's such an honor. I work hard for Master and he teaches me... well, he's going to teach me so many things. I wish the blood didn't hurt so much. And it keeps me awake, but I still feel tired all the time. Master says that's normal and good for getting more done while he sleeps.
Oh.
Master promised that he'd be my guide through the labyrinth, but I don't really want to be a vampire. I mean, no offense, I just can't imagine not ever seeing the sun again.
None taken, Hazel. We're good.
Oh, I mean, I can maybe help you find books? Master would know more about real things.
Oh, Hazel, books are real things. Let's browse the shelves. You browse the dusty shelves in search of books of use to you. Hazel glances over, but doesn't seem to eject you checking out the merchandise without any apparent plan to pay for it. So the only thing we have is a copy of Maze's self-published autobiography. You know what? Sure. You flip the book, which details over 100 years of Maze's sordid past, from his humble origins as a card sharp in the Old West to the profits he made playing both sides in World War II and beyond. Even a quick glance at the chapter names suggests it's in a book that would be best filed under fiction. Yeah, we have enough stories to deal with. Okay, yeah, we got blood in us. We got some night left to go. Okay, that's the hotel. That's the bookshop. We got Old Town, the free clinic, and the bricks. That looks potentially rough. Oh, we get travel time 22 minutes, 12 minutes, 10 minutes. So we have to leave travel time so we don't get caught out in the sunlight. Good to know. Yeah, let's check out Old Town. Okay, the wrong side of the tracks. A once prosperous marketplace, now abandoned by even most of its drug dealers. The air hangs heavy with the smell of rotting brick and overflowing sewers. Beggars shake tins at passers-by, hoping to scrounge coin for a bed or a bottle to keep them warm for the night. The few locals forced out in this late push passed irritably, eyes sallow and fixed on their own problems. So we got a guy handing out flyers. We got the Last Nickel Diner, the best and indeed only place to eat around here. The Salvation Center, an old gym turned refuge for desperate vampires. Where we got the Rose at Midnight. When life sucks, say it with a t-shirt. Hey, I want to check something here real quick. Okay, we do still have Consensualist. Thin purple flyers. The man has the look of a model and the apparent intelligence of a model train. Oh dear. He enthusiastically pushes a purple piece of paper into your hand, advertising a nearby club. It doesn't look particularly promising, and it's not like you can afford much in the way of a night out anyway. Still, you take it just in case. We have Nighthawks. Woo! Title drop! The handsome man hurries off to another customer. You politely dispose of the flyer in the nearest bin. Aw, rude. Okay, let's check the Rose at Midnight. You approach the store, but discover it is closed tonight. The window has been broken with a brick and hastily boarded up. Anti-vampire graffiti has already been plastered across it, including the ever-popular warning, "Dead is dead." Strong words, despite the fact that Rose's clientele are primarily humans who simply enjoy exploring a gothic aesthetic. So we found this world's answer to Hot Topic. Guess we'll check the diner. The dark and decrepit diner is nevertheless the only choice in these parts for hot coffee and variably identifiable meats. As you enter, one customer unenthusiastically sips a spoonful of tomato soup. She pauses and curiously extracts a long black hair from her teeth. Oh. Back in the kitchen, a bald chef absently reaches into his pants and takes a deep, satisfied scratch. Classy. What's on the menu, I hesitate to ask. You flick through the menu. Even in life, nothing you see in the photographs would have been particularly appetizing. Now, it's literally inedible. Technically, vampires can consume food, but it has all the taste and benefit of chewing on packing peanuts. Only blood has any flavor anymore, and it is an often acrid one that a sprinkle of extra spices does little to improve. Aww. Well, that was a waste of time. I guess we'll check the Salvation Center. Hungry eyes watch as you enter the Salvation Center, a threadbare boxing gym reluctantly handed over to the undead community by the city council. Volunteers splash highly watered-down blood into bowls for the ever-increasing homeless vampire population. It is an unsatisfying broth, barely enough to take off the edge of desperation. Alas, it is also the extent of the city's charity. So we can talk with the admin, speak to the vampire in the ring, teaching self-defense. And we can get a blood broth. Oh dear. Yeah, let's go to the boss first. Dr. Irene Velasco. The tired-looking woman with a lab coat and clipboard looks up at your approach. She has a slightly terse buzz of a coffee addict, finding that there's only so much of it that you can drink before sleep demands its toll. A sticker on her coat reads, Irene Velasco.
If you're here to donate blood, please inquire at the free clinic. Oh, wait. I see. Not a donor, are we? Well, I just hope you're not hoping for a bed.
So I guess if we don't make rent, we'll be kicked out of the hotel. No, I'm not looking for a handout here.
How admirable. Far too many come to this city thinking that the streets are paved with gold and the blood flows from every faucet.
Let's see. Can I pry you with some questions? They switch into the extra professionalism of an expert offering their opinion on their specialist subject.
I'm an oncologist at New City General with a subspecialty in hematology. I never thought I'd be using it for anything like this.
Wait, a cancer doctor who also has a subspecialty in blood? Okay, I don't know enough about medical research to know how much crossover there is there. I'll just say, sure, let's talk blood.
I don't think anyone knows why blood has the effect that it does upon vampire physiology. It complicates matters that animal blood cannot be used as a substitute. Only human blood suffices, and I shudder to think where it will be sourced if demand becomes any higher.
I mean, yes, Goofy, but... And again, my limited knowledge of the way that research works, I would think would you focus on hematology and then dabble in oncology the other way around? I don't know.
Cradlebridge is a place in need of help it will not get from our elected officials. I do what I can, but it will never be enough. Not without support that can be touched and spent.
Okay, New City General, I guess that's the hospital?
Ever since St. Raphael's burned down, we've been running far above capacity. It's not the staff's fault, but I can't deny what people say. It's the perfect place if you want a few more diseases to add to your collection.
Okay, and what about this joint?
It's not much, but we do what we can. We get some blood from the city and others from voluntary donations at the free clinic. It is never enough. Unfortunately, the mayor's interest in revenant well-being begins and ends with a few insincere speeches to the press.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And you tell me about us, these revenants.
Honestly, the scientific community is at something of a loss. Much of what we know of your kind is hard to explain without descending into magical talk. Perhaps magic will be our new science. That would be interesting.
Okay, so you seen anyone coming through here looks like this?
Yes, I know this man. He called himself Elliot Morgan, but that's definitely him. A strange one. He claimed to be here to volunteer, but spent most of his time bothering our guests.
Bothering them how exactly?
I assumed that it was a sex thing, to be honest. He said something about needing a new master. Frankly, he was creeping out both our human and revenant guests with it all, so we told him his services wouldn't be required.
You don't happen to know where he went after that?
I'm afraid not, but I did see a number of scars on his arm that I'd swear were needle marks. If I had to guess, I'd suggest the shooting gallery at St. Raphael's. Most addicts end up there.
I take it that's not target shooting.
The other kind of shooting. Needles, veins.
Okay, I think that's good for me. Appreciate it. Yeah, let's talk to our boxing friend here. Let's see. The vampire in the boxing ring scowls at her current victim before delivering the kind of blow that would knock the average human down from the couch. She wipes her brow as you approach, giving you a scathing once-over with her granite stare.
Ah, here for a lesson. Grab yourself some boxing gloves and get up here. You'll survive. Probably.
So, of course, the Irish character is the boxer, Circe Kane. But we have not been introduced.
Name's Saoirse. Kind of the closest to a welcome wagon you're getting.
Okay, so that's Saoirse. Okay, thank you. So why would vampires need self-defense lessons? We know why vampires would need self-defense lessons. We just got we got our ass kicked last night by humans, of all things.
Thing most folks forget is, if you were all soft in life, you're starting out just as soft in death. Too many baby vampires go out thinking immortal is the same as indestructible. Poor bastards.
So I'm not a big fan of pain. I'm pretty sure we can handle ourselves. No. You wouldn't mind a bit of practice, or I prefer to settle things with words. I do, but as we've seen, we don't always have the chance to settle things with words. I wouldn't mind a bit of practice.
Come on then, try kicking my arse.
This opponent will be a serious challenge. I just want to learn some shit. I don't want to I want to get XP. That's it. I just want XP. You unleash hell on the giant vampire, who takes every blow with ease and returns with interest. By the time she declares the bout over, you are bruised and battered, but still standing. Not many can claim that after a fight with Saoirse Kane.
Not bad. Got a few nicks there, mind. Should get yourself checked out by the doc over at St. Raph's. Plays rough, but knows his stuff.
Okay, so I guess we put up a fight at least. So gain some respect for us, right? And your brawler skills are improving. Ooh, show me. Okay, not quite to tier 1, but it's something. So how can I get better at not getting my ass kicked? Oh! So I actually did lose a little bit there.
Same as everything. Practice. Take your lumps. Not much can deal you out for good. That what can, try not to get in the way of. Fire, silver, anything like that. Just don't be stupid.
And so where did you learn to fight so, deliciously?
These scars. Old school, one by one. Earned them all the old-fashioned way. Snarling, bare-chested, and covered in sweat and blood, back in the fighting pits of Dublin. Nothing better for teaching the beast inside you how to roar.
Bare-chested?
Can't go being a blushing damsel when you've 50 drunk bastards on all sides, all betting their weak salt on how many teeth you'll be leaving behind on the sand.
I take it you're more modest here?
Don't go getting any funny ideas. Been years since I had a fight worth taking half that serious. Besides, chilly as hell in this burg. You keep your vest on, and I'll keep mine.
And what if I want to find a real fight? I don't, but okay.
Well, you just look around a bit. Maybe try over an angel breach for starters. Bit of a walk, mind, if you've not got the scratch for a taxi.
Yeah, let's see if we can heal up a bit. Hey, there we go. Okay. Oh, so you can practice fighting. Okay. Saoirse has no reason to travel with you. Sure. She grunts with irritation at being asked questions. Well, too bad. I'm gonna do it anyway.
Everyone's got a story. Mine's nothing special. Way back, got in a few pub fights in the old country. Found I was pretty good at it. Well, weren't interested in taking no husband, so took myself down to Dublin to try my luck down in the fight pits. When death finally came to collect, reckon I knocked his tits off. Commission's a bunch of fancy buggers thinking they talk for all cold bloods, like we're some happy family or something. Not my problem. Not unless someone's paying me to care. They got these fists on retainer for when vamps can't keep their fangs to themselves.
Okay, so now we have our Camarilla. The commission. Okay, you wouldn't know anything about this Elijah Morrow guy, would you?
Heard the king over at Nighthawks muttering about him a fair bit. Don't know why. Don't reckon I care too much either.
Okay. Let's not practice fighting. That only barely went okay for us last time. Do we? You know what? We're here in the neighborhood. We'll take a quick shot of blood broth. Yeah, it didn't do a whole lot, but we have two uses. Oh, but we have, what's this? Tainted blood. This will badly affect how your skills work until it works out of your system. Oh, okay. So maybe we don't want to do that. The charity is made possible by the one Sam Tancredi, esteemed local businessman. Okay, so yeah, we're here. Nighthawks is right nearby, so we could go to Nighthawks and then check out San Rafael's. Oh, we got these are all Golden Years Retirement Village. Okay. Oh wow, there's actually a lot of stuff here. Now maybe it won't all be available at once, probably. Okay, yeah, let's check Nighthawks. Okay, a rundown nightclub near the edge of town. It looks seedy and poorly maintained, but still has a decent line of people waiting to get in or simply seeking shelter from the rain. An irritable bouncer lets them in at a slow but steady drip, checking for drugs and frequently pocketing small bribes from queue jumpers. So we can stand in line and wait. We do not have mesmerism to get in. We can't like turn ourselves into mist. I guess that'd be noticeable. Yeah, we don't we don't have enough money to bribe. We can try to sneak in around the back. Our thief skills will be tested. Or we can just leave. You know what? YOLO. Hey, nice. You wait until the bouncer is distracted by a pretty lady in red and slip quietly down an alleyway next to the club. It leads to a fire exit at the back of the restrooms, unguarded and unattended. The smell of sweat and aftershave hits you in the face. Classy joint. Your feet stick to the carpet. Ugh. Although this nightclub seems one of the few hotspots in Cradlebridge life, it can only be because of the lack of competition. The dance floor lightly throbs with action, while the bar seems quiet enough to have a conversation. A bored-looking redhead alternates between serving drinks and flicking through a paperback book hidden underneath the counter. Okay, clearly not that busy. Yeah, let's see if there's any hot goths at the bar. I guess we can talk to the bartender or leave. Okay.
Hey, stranger. I'm Becca. What'll it be? Beer, whiskey, a little champagne to get the night started, right? Wait, sorry. My bad. The special wine, yeah?
Okay. We got Becca the bartender. So we can't buy, we can't hypnotize. Yeah, mesmerism might have been useful. Decline the offer or try to talk her into giving you one on the house.
Oof. Someone needs to practice their shtick. Here. But don't think it's your sparkling wit. I just have a soft spot for strays.
Oh, Becca, you're the best. Becca informs you a fresh, warm blood, thick red and warm with all the love that a few minutes at a small microwave underneath the bar can provide.
So, not to be nosy or anything, but what's it like? Drinking blood, I mean.
Exactly, Goofy. That we're the hot goss. I enjoy the taste, I don't enjoy the taste, or I have no real opinion. I don't enjoy the taste?
Yeah, lots of folks say that. Most of our regulars like to mix in a little cinnamon. Something about handling the iron aftertaste. Anyway.
Okay, so I'm glad you didn't take it personally. Okay, so, Becca adjusts her ill-fitting uniform. Oh, I mean, yeah, it does. I mean, I don't want to comment on her fit, but I mean, I don't think they did right by her with the uniform.
Me? I'm Rebecca. Becca to friends. Becky, if you want me to hurt you. Just your average ex-student buried in debt. Luckily, the boss's shiny fangs tend to scare off new staff pretty quick, so yeah, plenty of extra shifts for Becca.
Congratulations?
For Cradle Bridge, it's a pretty high-class kind of dive. Don't need a big metal grill in front of the bar. We've got a few regulars drink here by choice, and it's probably only one of them that keeps shitting in the sink. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll even get uniforms that fit.
I feel like clothes for humans wouldn't be that big an expense, but hey, what do I know? I don't run a business. That was the first demo, and we didn't do that very well.
Oh, I see plenty. Don't worry, I'm cool with it. I mean, I always kind of suspected you folks are around, even before everyone knew for real. Most of the revs I know are okay, just like most folks really. But the others, hey, that's why I've got a pepper spray loaded with silver.
Okay, you ever heard of a guy named Elijah Morrow?
I don't know the name. I mean, I can ask around a bit, but people go missing around here quite a lot. Have you asked around Old Town? That's where most folks end up.
Didn't get a whole lot there. Yeah, you ever heard of a guy called Tancredi? Even as you ask the question, you see Becca's eyes drift slightly. She seems to be looking over your shoulder with mild interest rather than fear.
I think you'll find out soon enough.
A large, heavy hand clamps down on you. A gorilla in a suit with a stern invitation. The dance music fades as you are led down concrete steps into the basement. Oh, man, I was just getting to know Rebecca. Man, come on. Where a single bare bulb lights little but rusting nightclub equipment with no shortage of black mold and damp quarters. There, you are led into an office without windows, where a fat vampire sits smoking an even fatter cigar and flicking through a positively obese roll of money.
This the one? Let me guess. You're new around here. Gotta be poking around without even coming to introduce yourself. What's the world coming to, huh?
Okay, well, we're clearly outnumbered here, and we're definitely not a fighter. Yeah, we should introduce ourselves politely.
Well, will you look at that? Finally, a baby vampire with a sense of propriety.
I hope that's a good thing?
Listen to me, baby vampire. Name's Tancredi, and this here is my territory. Mine. You'll remember that if you want to keep feeding here. There's worse shit than death. Trust me on that one. Now, before we go any further, gotta ask, got any special tricks?
Yeah, watch me as I mean, this is absolutely the wrong move. We don't tell them anything, but I imagine he's gonna know every vampire's got something. And if we say I don't have anything, he's gonna think we're holding out on him. And if I'm wrong, hey, it's a demo. How long are we gonna go?
Ha, now that's a thing. Of course, I don't need to remind you. Stuff like that, It's just a fantasy for the papers. Don't make it anything more.
Right. Don't want to break the masquerade.
Anyways, from what I hear, you've been poking your nose around this last week or so. Let's have it then. What's your business in my kingdom? Think very carefully before you try any bullshit.
I'm just looking for one guy.
Morrow, huh? Dangerous name to be dropping around here, baby vampire. Whole lot of people are looking for that piece of shit, including yours truly. Big reward on that head. Real big.
We just want to talk. That's all. We just want to have a chat.
Well, you better be ready to join the line. Speaking of, Gideon, get this cold-blood a pass. No sense having him waste time with the plebes when there's so much work to get done.
Thank you? You are led upstairs through a maze of unpainted concrete corridors and chipped wooden doors to a rather smaller office. It smells of dust and cheap cologne, and an ancient computer on the desk is cheap gray plastic long-turned nicotine yellow. So the manager, that must be him, takes his seat.
Right. This pass will get you past the queues. Don't lose it. I am Gideon Jenks, the King's Seneschal. I handle his business, including the tribute expected for hunting within the domain. You will, of course, be expected to pay, through service, if needed.
I don't work for you, bud.
Indeed, many people believe that at first. They soon learn to dread the coming of winter and the chill of bones that never healed properly. Yes, you think yourself invulnerable as well as immortal. Spare me the naive bravado.
And what do you expect of me?
Ah, the correct question. Splendid. Nothing too onerous, I assure you. A little contribution to the greater good in exchange for, let us call it, protection from misfortune. Insurance.
Eek! Spider! The spider is large, black, and fearless. Gideon stops scribbling in his ledger for a moment. His eyes flick down, and a bead of sweat rolls down his forehead. He coughs, trying his best to ignore it. Ah, we've got an arachnophobe on our hands. So what do you know about Elijah Morrow?
I am aware that the king is most eager to find the gentleman in question. The reasons are not, I would suggest, any of your concern.
Okay, he's still freaked out by the spider. Oh! Before you can do anything, Gideon's hand shoots out, scooping up the spider and cramming it into his mouth. He swallows it whole and shivers in what could be revulsion, but looks more like a junkie getting their fix. The clock at the back of his office ticks, marking the awkward silence. With trembling hands, he reaches for a cup of coffee. Not just cold, but with skin on it. Oh. So, late night snack?
I suppose there's no hiding it. They call it the Renfield compulsion, a side effect of... suffice to say that the king and I have a certain arrangement that I would keep private.
So you're a vassal?
One of the more polite terms, unfortunately. I trust I can rely on your discretion.
Yes, definitely. Gideon looks relieved and not without cause. Thralls, vassals, familiars, swiggers, bloodsuckers, traitors, no good names for humans who
I
transfers.
suppose, in the circumstances, perhaps we can shelve the question of our tribute. For now, provided that a new understanding continues, of course.
Okay, so a bit of discretion goes a long way. And we played Vampire the Masquerade, we know this. Alright, so you tell me about yourself, bud.
I am the king's seneschal. I have the king's confidence and speak for him in matters not relating to his personal business. And I think that is all you need to know about my own.
Okay, let's exhaust this dialogue tree.
I am aware that the king is most eager to find the gentleman in question.
Okay, we heard that one.
This club was founded as a speakeasy long ago. The king was one of 4 such leaders at the time, though quickly rose to dominance. It has been a splendid place to conduct business, as well as a good excuse to keep it nocturnal.
Okay, please tell me there's nothing bad about Becca.
Miss Glade is a highly capable employee. You should speak with her often to stay abreast of local rumors. Little evades her notice.
I was trying to do that when y'all very rudely interrupted me.
Like all things, the blood has its ups and downs. I've not slept one night in the past few years. Yet without it, I would not have had those years to enjoy. I consider that a fair trade.
Ah, okay, so being a vassal means you don't have to sleep. Or at least sleep less. That explains our girl Hazel.
I fear that what I hear would not be especially scintillating. Perhaps Miss Glade would be more of service? Or Fabian, perhaps, if you can get a word in edgeways with that infernal boy.
I don't even know who that is. Back to the club.
You survived the boss then. Guess that means we'll be seeing more of you around here. Feel free to tip your bartender.
Just you remember, the house takes 20%.
So, feel free to tip generously.
I'm happy to give you 20% of the nothing I have.
Heard a few folks talking about some guy called Dr. Finch over at St. Raphael's who specializes in treating vampires. Thing is, St. Raphael's burned down a few years ago.
Ooh, spicy.
Sorry, I don't know the face. My bet? Try down in Old Town. Folks who get lost around here usually end up there. The lucky ones, anyway.
I could have swore I did. Okay, yeah, we did that. So we chatted to Becca, we asked about the guy. We have no money to buy blood. Oh, the guy's probably... See if we can get up to the VIP lounge. Now that we have a pass. Oh, okay. Okay, so whatever costs a very play. Okay, so... We have a pass, just not that pass. Okay, you leave the club and check your phone. Vampires have to be very careful to keep their eye on the chime. You've been out long enough to push you like any further. It's only 10 till 11. Wait, when does the sun come up here? My God. Rain beats down on the windscreen as the taxi threads its way back to the Halcyon Hotel and what currently passes for quote-unquote home. You stare out the window as the city blurs past, reflecting on the night and the many nights ahead of you. It's a new world out there, filled with stories, danger, and opportunities. A new world where outcasts can thrive and where death truly is just the beginning. But that'll have to wait just a little longer. Okay. So that was the demo. Alright, I gotta say, consider me intrigued. I mean, y'all know how much I have... we've played, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines on stream multiple times. I had a ton of fun with that. One of my favorite games, really. And I say we enjoyed Cabernet. Yeah, I mean, you give me a good, vampire RPG, I am there. Now, again, this is more as much a visual novel as it is an RPG, but I gotta say, so far, I like what I'm seeing. Okay, so you can play again. You can just give the prologue chapter. You can, well, maybe if you take the right combination, you don't get the crap beat out of you. Okay, So what do we think? Well, I mean, it seems pretty well done. Again, I really appreciate the voice acting, so it saves me work. I say the story is intriguing. Yeah, again, I mean, there's not really as I was talking. I think I mentioned earlier, violating the masquerade, but there's no masquerade to violate. I mean, humans know vampires exist. Like we're an open secret and not necessarily very welcome. Yeah, I say this one definitely staying on the wish list. It says, oh yeah, so there's no release date on the Steam store page for Nighthawks. So yeah, I mean, if this looks interesting to anyone, check it out. I'm definitely intrigued. And again, so this is, if it's gonna be more of this, it's gonna be like, heavily reliant on the story, right? And also replayability. So the variety of sires and specialties and abilities is going to create a lot of replay value, which is good to see. So yeah, that was Nighthawks. Good stuff. So YouTube folks, thank you for hanging out. We'll see you next time, and bye for now.